Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So this time I'm going to share a mistake I made with you. So for my workstation I recently bought this motherboard, which is a perfectly good motherboard in many respects, except one small thing that I failed to notice. So something that I haven't quite got used to yet, because it's sort of relatively new, is that a lot of motherboards, when you put different combinations of NVMe drives into them, they actually deactivate some of the PCIe slots to allow those NVMe drives to connect. And I'm not used to PCIe slots deactivating when you add other stuff to motherboards, because it seems to be something that's more common now than it was perhaps. So although I've come across it in the past, I didn't check with this board which of the PCIe slots deactivated if you used both of the NVMe drives. So you can put two in. So if you look on the back, there's two. You can also see there's two, there's one 16 times PCIe slot, and then there's another one below that's mechanically 16 times, but actually maximum bandwidth, I think, is 4 times. And I thought that would be fine for me because I could put my graphics card in the top one and then a video capture card in the one below that I use for recording lectures. But what I didn't realize is that if you use both the NVMe drive slots, that second 4 times slot deactivates. I kind of assumed it would have been one of the other 1 time slots potentially. So this is a bit of a pain because I noticed that my capture card wasn't being recognized at all, and that was the reason. So what I had to do, and I'll sort of cut in a bit of video of this, is get an adapter to plug my NVMe drive into a 1 time slot at the bottom, which I've done, and that works perfectly fine. I've just put it in and booted the computer up, and it's all great, except that it halves the bandwidth basically that drive can use, down to about 1 gigabyte a second from 2000 megabytes a second. So it was a bit of a shame really, and kind of annoying. And what's really annoying is that in my other computer I have this motherboard, which is about the same price, and it's the X570A Pro, and it doesn't have the same issue. So if you use both this NVMe drive and this NVMe drive, it doesn't deactivate this bottom, I think it's an 8 time slot on here, but it might be a 4. It doesn't deactivate that one. I think it deactivates one of these two instead. And that would have been much more favorable really, because obviously I'd have got the full speed of both the drives and not had to adapt the drive into one of the 1 time slots, and it wouldn't have cost me any more money. So that's a bit of a shame. So I've learned something, which is to really check the small print before you buy something, I guess. Apart from that, this motherboard's pretty good, really. It has a lot of good features. It actually has faster Ethernet than the A570A Pro. So I'm pretty happy with it, and it's a bit of a shame that I didn't really notice that. I imagine that in the future I may end up getting a new motherboard just to sort of fix that issue, but maybe not. I don't know, maybe I'll get over it, and if it's not really an issue, it's probably not worth worrying about. I am actually intending to upgrade the CPU in that machine, and that's probably a better use of my money. But yeah, so word of advice: check the small print carefully and make sure if it is going to deactivate one of the PCIe slots, it's not one that you actually think you might need. Okay, so I thought I'd share that with you, maybe save someone some hassle. And thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video.